I'm going to talk today about data. You've already heard from some of the esteemed speakers why not only decarbonization is important, but also to suck out CO2 from the air. The bathtub is full of carbon. You guys are tackling the tab. We're tackling the plug, pulling it out, making it bigger, getting carbon out of the air. But I want to give you some guidelines on a new generation of carbon credits, on the details you should have a look at, and how we tackle it. So first of all, maybe as a background, OCELL is not the classic project developer. We're a software company offering software and forestry and analytics for forestry in Europe. And we understand ourselves as an enabler for new generation of carbon credits. But let's start with the beginning. Why are we doing this? Most of you might have seen pictures like this. This is a picture here from Germany, but this is true for all of Europe. Every year we lose between 500 and 700,000 hectares of forest in Europe. In Germany alone, it's about 100,000 hectares. Just to give you an idea, this is roughly 140,000 football pitches every year. You've seen the headlines. You all know it. Not far from here, just a few weeks ago, climate or extreme climate weather conditions like heat, drought are destroying our forests. The bark beetle, at least to the Germans, is certainly something that you know. Many studies say just for German forest, we'd need an investment in the coming years of 56 billion euros into German forests, into transforming them into more climate resilient forests. This is only for Germany. So how do we do that? Actually, there has been a mechanism, and there is a mechanism for it. It's just a simple picture. It's the voluntary carbon market. The voluntary carbon market in the past years, I think on average, was able to canalize roughly 1 billion into forests of our world. But we all hope the carbon market will kick off much quicker. But very often we see headlines like that. And all of you have read them, right? Often rightly so, not always. Carbon credits in the future have been suffering from faulty or at least weak baselines, a kind of lack of transparency, bad data quality, something that you all are talking about here today, and also overcrediting. So the question is, how can we tackle it? And let me reassure you, there are many new, good, high-quality players on the market, but it is hard to identify them. So the first thing that I want to give you, I mean, we all talked about is measurement, reporting, and verification is key to the carbon markets, as it is for your decarbonization strategies. Without the data, you'll not be able to really manage your challenges. So we strongly believe that also nature-based solutions, and we heard it, there's different forms of carbon credits, there's the hybrid ones, technological solutions, but especially in the nature-based sphere. In the past, we have suffered from a bad data quality. So we believe that we need to use all the digital tools that are out there today to really understand what is going on and how we really can tackle carbon credits. So how did we tackle it? Just 5 years ago, our startup was founded in Munich. And before thinking about climate optimization of forests, we started with a very German engineering mind, with an approach to understand what our forests are about. Something that we've been doing, and doing only this for 4 years. Writing a software and writing forestry analytics, meaning we're digitizing forests from above, from within, and in order to understand what everything is about. The software is being used by foresters, by forest workers, by forest owners, and we're talking about professional forestry here, in their day-to-day operations. This group of professionals has been working in a very analog way for centuries. So we believe that we need to give them the tools on hand, first of all, to manage their forests in a much more efficient way, digital way, before thinking climate, to really understand what it is. So foresters use our app on the iPad, on the phones, to really do it every day. Then we need to really understand what are the baselines, how is forestry currently being practiced in this specific forest. How do we gather data? First of all, we digitize the forest from above with a very, very high resolution of 5 to 5 centimeters. We're going down to 3 very soon. You see it in the pictures. Many people are using these pictures, but they're usually not the basis for all data. Important for you to understand, satellite, at least in professional forestry, is not enough. It's a 2D picture with a very low resolution. We're talking about orthographic photographs from different perspectives to really get the 3D insight. We use LiDAR scanners, soon inside the forest, but also from above, to get a more detailed picture of height models and else. We integrate the live operational data that foresters and forest professionals are gathering for these projects. And last but not least, yes, also we use artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence is combining all these data points into something that we call the digital twin, and is analyzing the forest down to a tree level. We can determine today trees, at least the tree canopies, on a centimeter detailed view, the height, the wood volume. It's very, very important that when we gather, for example, live operational data, we also send people out there and digitize the forest from within. From above, it will never be enough to understand all the layers in forestry, to understand the measures that are within the forest. So this digital twin, and this is, I think, the most important message, must be something from above and from within. Without that, you'll never get the right data. I just brought you a little bit of a... No. Okay, great. So let's do this spontaneous. I don't know why this doesn't work. Great. No, there was a movie before, but okay. I want to give you insights into our digital data. We have a nice overflight with analysis. Come by later and I'll show you the digital twin. So in any case, we have this digital twin as basis for our projects. We understand what today's forest management is about with all the data points that foresters are providing us. They're actually paying for the software. So we're software as a service company also for them. And using all these data points then to, the slide should have looked better, to suggest climate optimized forest management strategies. What does that mean? We want to see more diverse forests with more biodiversity, letting the forest grow for longer periods. to really thrive and establish new ecosystems. This is something that in America you'd call it improved forest management. We dislike this expression because it very often refers to the weak strategies that are being done in North America. So this is why we call it the climate optimized forest management, really giving ecosystems to grow, to flourish, but also use wood from these ecosystems just in a different way. Which benefits do they bring? More climate resilient forests. Foresters and landowners will hopefully see in the future less calamities. They will be equipped for the climate adaptation in the future. But this is only one the slide, I'm very sorry. When we actually tested them, they worked. Okay, so in any case, you should have seen here our transparency platform. So what we then use, we gather all those data also for the project years. We get the live operational data, which we provide to standard bodies, to VVBs, so the auditors of the projects, as well as the customers in the end. The digital twin, the live operational data, we refly the forests every 40 months. So the AI can really detect how much carbon is removed in addition to the baseline scenario and give you the tools on hand to really report on what has happened and changed in these forests. And as a last of almost the last slide, I want to show you this. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. This is our own value chain, and this is something I think that you should consider for project developers that you work with, or carbon credits. Right? Yeah, sure. Why not? So it is not only about the project development. You need to find the partners that either use external DMRVs, but really show you data also for nature-based projects. Have a look at those that accompany those projects, not only with one picture, but make it long-lasting over the project period, which often is 30 to and even more years. This is something that is very, very crucial. Does it work? Okay, so in any case, we do have some of our partners here. We do have the Ecosystem Value Alliance that is setting a new carbon forest standard for European forests. They've started out in Germany, that are more digital, that will give all of us the transparency, the methodology, a robust methodology to work with, working with many resellers. Some of them are, I think, here and there. So we're open to working with everybody and really helping the market to get the quality and the transparency it desperately, desperately needs. And last but not least, and this is again my sales slide, we today have 850,000 hectares under management. Roughly 3,000 professionals use the software every day and provides us with extremely detailed data on forestry operations within Europe. We just started out. It took us 4 years to really understand what it's about and how shall we tackle the climate optimization of European forests. We've sold in offtakes. We learned today what offtakes are, 100,000 credits from German forests in 25. And we're working with multiple partners from science, from forestry, from the carbon markets. And I strongly invite you to talk with us, with one of the brokers or standard organizations. And again, there are many good players out there, but never forget, the devil's in the details. Have a look at the details. Data is key.